So as you guys know, I got a brand new intro done for the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed. Special shout out to my boy Worex for making this intro. I'm gonna be leaving his channel in the description down below. That being said, let's start off today's video. Hey guys, Reverse here, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. So happy to be back and making videos for you guys again. Things are a little bit hectic. I do apologize for the lack of content, but once again, you know, sometimes real life gets in the way. And in this particular case, I'm moving places soon. So the background you guys are seeing right now gonna be changing completely. I want some cool art in the background. If you guys find anything like cool art in the background, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. I was thinking about canvas. I think that looks really cool. I'll show you guys an image of the guy Alex from Nintendo Live, who's actually presenting it just like that. I want something like that, but then for Pokemon Go or just whatever I feel is really cool. So if you know anybody who makes stuff like that, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below and I might get it. So today's episode is mostly about the Pokemon Go Plus. Pokemon Go Plus is having a little update, or had a little update. It's already there for 2 days. I just didn't have the time to cover it, but they actually put out a statement that Pokemon Go Plus got a little bit better, and it actually connects really well with the topic that I wanted to talk about, which happens to be the Pokemon Go Plus once again. So I just want to give you guys a little bit more information, mostly about battery life. Battery life with Pokemon Go Plus. There's not a whole lot known about this yet because it's relatively new, but people already ran out of battery, and there's been some reports out there of people using the Go Plus and actually running out of battery already with this device. So let's actually jump into the notification first of Niantic, who actually pushed out the Pokemon Go Plus got even better. They basically go on to say that you have multiple notifications if you're using the Pokemon Go Plus. And also what I've noticed is if you start up the game and there's a new update, you actually get a notification exactly of what is new inside of the game. At least the stuff that they announce. Of course, there's always hidden little things just left and right here, which they don't announce. So obviously those won't be inside of those update notifications. But you know, it's kind of cool that you get an idea about exactly what is new inside of the game. Also, they're saying you have the ability to individually enable or disable each of these notifications for catching Pokemon or spinning a Pokestops. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what they mean by that. So over here at the Pokemon Go Plus menu, you actually have the ability to select notifications for nearby Pokemon on or off, and the Pokestops on and off. Now the way this works is really, if you have both of them enabled, the Pokemon Go Plus works the exact same as it was before. And if you turn off Pokemon, it means that Pokemon Go Plus is no longer going to be searching for Pokemon. So if you turn this off, it no longer shows a Pokemon, but instead only searches for the Pokestops. And if you turn both of them off, then it stops working altogether. It will still be connected, but it simply don't work. And if you enable Pokemon, then of course it's going to be searching for Pokemon. Now what I noticed is the following: if you have both of them enabled, then once again it still prioritizes the Pokemon over the Pokestops. And I honestly wish you could change that. Like, it would be really great if you had the ability to actually change that around, because honestly sometimes I feel that I want the Pokestop first before the actual Pokemon. So I hope that in a future update something like that is going to be changing. But you know what, it's optimized a little bit better. What I did notice is the following: I noticed that it's harder right now to actually track Pokemon with your Pokemon Go Plus. Whenever I got the Go Plus, I noticed it was really easy to track distance. Like if you were going by bike or going by car, it would actually track like crazy. But I think an update sort of fixed that, and it was like cut in half because it doesn't respond that great. But another theory might be that my battery life of the Go Plus isn't really that high anymore. And as a result of that, the issue is that sometimes it responds and sometimes it doesn't. I honestly don't know how far in my battery life. I think I'm on like 20% left, but I have no real way of figuring that out besides if I were to be replacing it. So that's something that is also very important. Also very important in this update, and this wasn't noted anywhere, it seems that battery life has been killed almost entirely. As in, the battery drains so much harder than before, and it's actually crazy. And I noticed that it was pretty crazy. Some of you guys actually noted that in my latest video that I uploaded on Pokemon Go, whenever someone said like, hey, in this video, your battery life literally went from that percent to 3% less. And I was like, hey, You're actually right. I went out to test this and he was right. It's actually so that if when I'm recording and I'm playing Pokemon Go, usually I'd lose like 1% or so. But in this case, I ended up losing 3% and battery life is slightly worse than before. There's a theory or something that Fast Pokemap stated, and they actually made this whole post on Twitter about the reason why Niantic is messing up the game for legitimate players as well, and I'm gonna be linking that in the video description down below. But basically they're saying that they're adding this whole bunch of nonsense to the game which affects the legitimate player from playing the game normally, and the battery life is draining really fast as a result of that. So I have no idea how that works. I'm no programmer, but it's just the information that I found online, and judging by the way the post was set up, it seemed rather legitimate. So with that being said, let's talk about the Pokemon Go Plus a little bit more. So battery life. One very important thing is happening whenever the Pokemon Go ends up disconnecting, or whenever the battery is gone, as reported on Reddit by SpiderTots, and he said the reports and myself noticed that the Plus disconnects after encountering a Pokemon. Spinning Pokestops works fine and also tracking, but not encountering Pokemon. The Plus will flash green as usual, but as you press the button, the Plus flashes once white and vibrates really fast, and then the Plus symbol just turns gray and it says caught or fleet. So the encounter was successful, but then the Plus disconnects afterwards. Now what I'm assuming is what he's talking about here is symptoms of a dying Pokemon Go Plus, as in the battery is going to be dying very soon. What I'm thinking is maybe the Go Plus still has like 3% or 5% battery left, but as the battery decreases it starts to work worse and worse, and as a result of that you can still sorta use it just like your cell phone, but it's not really that functional anymore. So if you notice this happening, that it starts to flash up and encountering and ends up disconnecting, chances are that your Go Plus might be running out of battery or running out of gas. Now, what people said is you got about a month or 3 weeks of playtime on the Pokemon Go Plus, and that is if you use it every single day for 8 hours during a work shift or something like that, that it starts to flash up and starts to vibrate. So it was said in here in this post that the Pokemon Go has about 2 hours of connection time before the actual battery dies out. Now, of course, if you end up replacing the battery, depending on the quality of the battery you're going to be getting, the lifetime is going to be extended. So be sure to take that into consideration. You actually need a screw to open the Go Plus from behind and then actually get the battery chip and then replace it with a similar one. So be sure to take that into consideration. One funny thing here, my friend has a Pokemon Go Plus. I have one as well. Mine is vibrating a whole lot louder than hers, and I think that actually is going to be causing that my Go Plus is going to be dying out sooner than hers is going to be. Honestly, got no idea. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, is your Go Plus vibrating very loud and very hard, or is it very soft and is the light like very dim, or is it very flashy? My Go Plus, to be honest, it's really loud in vibration, but also the flash in the dark is really bright. Even to the point where it gives me a headache whenever I'm looking into it. So I honestly just want to know from you guys, if you own a Go Plus, how is that for you? So the next thing I want to talk about when it comes down to the Pokemon Go Plus is GPS. Now GPS, I think, plays a significant role in the Pokemon Go Plus because my GPS is relatively weak. I'm using the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and I've noticed ever since I got this device that the GPS is not really that great whenever playing Pokemon Go. Another friend of mine has an LG device, but his reach for the GPS or spinning Pokestops is much larger than my own, and I've been comparing this with a lot of my friends. Another friend who also owns a Samsung device but the S6 Edge, his GPS is about the same as my own, and then a friend of mine has an iPhone and her GPS is extremely crazy. So whenever she's getting close to a Pokestop with her Go Plus, immediately she gets a notification like, hey, there's a Pokestop nearby, you can spin it. And for me, sometimes it even gets to the point where it doesn't even show up on the screen, or it shows up that late that I already passed beyond the actual Pokestop. So those are little fun stuff, little fun things here and there that I noticed whenever I started using the Pokemon Go Plus. So the last thing I want to talk about whenever it comes down to the Pokemon Go Plus is the fact that if there's a Pokemon nearby, it flashes green and you're on your inventory screen at the most recent Pokemon. The moment you press on the button to try and catch the Pokemon, if you caught the Pokemon, it will show in the inventory immediately without waiting for the shake, and the disco lights that you actually caught it. Which I think is very unfortunate. I thought it was like, hey, you need to wait and then you actually get the Pokemon, but no. It already shows in the screen immediately because it's predetermined, and I think that sucks. I kinda wish that was a little bit different, but you know how it is. Still, Go Plus is a very helpful tool, and it seems to me that Niantic is emphasizing the fact with the post that they made to actually keep on improving the Pokemon Go Plus. So that kind of summarizes the experience with the Go Plus, the extended experience based off what we've seen, based off the new updates that have been changed in the Go Plus, a little bits and pieces here and there. Okay, so the final thing I want to do here is actually power up this Venusaur. Now, Venusaur is really great. Look at the Stardust I got, by the way. It's actually really crazy. So let's go ahead and power this bad boy up. And I'm not sure if I can power it up again. And yes, I actually need more candy, so I'm gonna keep Venusaur as my buddy as we're gonna be wrapping up this video right here. So, Pokemon Go Plus, thoughts, opinions, I just want to hear them from you guys in the comment section down below. Be sure to be on the lookout for the other video that I'm releasing a little bit later onto the channel. There's a burp really bothering me in my throat right now. Et voila, it's gone. That's the power of editing, right? Anyway, that's gonna be doing it for this video. A little bit later today, you guys are gonna be getting another video about a different game that I'm gonna be covering onto the channel starting December. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.